Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my first video in the month of January, so happy very late New Year's. And I hope the year has been treating you well so far. On today's Cristinas's Cafe menu, it is a matcha espresso drink latte or an iced matcha latte with 2 shots of espresso. I don't know. These days I've been feeling really tired for some reason. I'm honestly not sure why, because my sleep schedule isn't that bad. It could be better, but it's not that bad. I think it's just that seasonal depression coming in hot. Anyways, this drink will wake you up if you are tired. I remember reading somewhere that matcha is the equivalent of coffee, aside from the jitteriness and then the crash afterwards, kind of like a calm alertness. I think it's also healthy for you, but don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. Okay, well, it's probably not healthy once you add the milk and the sugar, but you know what I mean. I actually went to Starbucks the other day and I tried this exact same drink, but I think I like mine better. The one from Starbucks wasn't bad, but it just had a more artificial taste to it, but it wasn't bad, so I would definitely get it again. Also, using oat milk in this drink is amazing. 10 out of 10. So in today's video, aside from me making this drink, I'm also going to be filling out my weekly spread in my bullet journal for the last week of January. So grab your favorite drink, sit down, pretend like we're at a cafe chatting with each other. So I started bullet journaling in 2018. I think that's when I made my very first one. I knew what bullet journaling was prior to that, but I never really got into it until a year later. So I knew about it in 2017, but I didn't get into it until 2018, around that time. I'm just making an estimate. Before I started actually bullet journaling, I never understood the concept of it. There's countless planners that have the calendars already made for you and set up. So I was why the heck would you want to start your planner from scratch yourself when you can just have the convenience of writing in your plans with everything already made for you? So after binging a lot of bullet journal videos, especially Amanda Rachley's, her bullet journal setups are so nice. And then after actually starting it myself, I was you know what? This is kind of nice. I just find it really cool how you can customize each page to your lifestyle and what works for you. So if you know you're going to be busy a certain week, you can make that week the pages more spread out so you have more room to plan. I just love watching bullet journal videos and seeing how different and unique everyone's journal is. Okay, of course themes can be repeated, but everyone executes that certain theme a different way. It's never the same. Some people will go all out with the doodles, whereas others will keep it super minimalistic. I like to switch it up. Some weeks I'll do a lot of decorations and doodles, and then sometimes I'll just keep it simple and just do a layout and not do any doodles. In my old bullet journal, I tried so hard to make it really nice and extravagant with the doodles, and you could just see me gradually each month just giving up on trying to make it look nice. And I think it just burnt myself out trying to do better and better each month, and it just wasn't working out for me. So with this bullet journal that I'm currently using, I actually bought it last year, and I started it in 2020, and then I never picked it back up. The beginning of 2020 was really hard for me, as it was for many people, the start of the pandemic and all that. So I was what is the point of me starting a planner if I have nothing to plan? I have nowhere to go, nothing to do, so what am I gonna fill out? And I just lost motivation. I actually set up the first few pages and everything, and then I just never went back to it. I was actually going to buy a completely new journal for 2021, but I was okay, let me not be wasteful. I only used the first couple of pages, so what I did was I whited out the like 2020 parts and then just replaced it with the current dates, and it looks a little messy because whiteout is never perfect, but it came out nice. But yeah, it's my New Year's resolution to completely fill this journal up and not stress about making it look super, super, super nice. Oh my gosh, speaking of New Year's resolutions, comment what yours are, because I just love, I love knowing, what people are, trying to change and do better, you know? It's so interesting. I have a few resolutions myself, even though I have a hard time, keeping up with them, or going through with them, I should say. I think my main and number one New Year's resolution is to make more art. I feel like a lot of people perceive me as a person who is constantly making art nonstop, and that is just simply not the case. I honestly very rarely sit down and make art very frequently. There are people on Instagram who drop art every single day, constantly make it, and I'm just not that person. I feel like it's not that I don't have the motivation. Okay, it is probably that I don't have the motivation, but I just also don't have the time. So I'm definitely going to try and manage my time so I can work on that. And I also want to work on finishing pieces that I start, because I have a bad habit of starting a project and then leaving it for a little and then never going back to it and starting something new. But aside from art related resolutions, I do have the basic ones, trying to stay healthy, exercise more, drink more water, because I think I'm dehydrated, or my skin's dehydrated. Oh my god, wait, actually, speaking of skincare, if any of you know a lot about skincare, please send me some recommendations, because my skin is struggling. She is really out here struggling. It's so bad, my makeup won't even stay on. It's so gross. But yeah, this first flip through is just of my overall bullet journal setup. I just wanted to show you guys how nice it looks, because I'm pretty proud of it. It just has the general stuff, a overall look of the whole year, so I can plan in advance if I need to, and also fun stuff art to make, what books I want to read, what themes I want to do next. My favorite part is the my year in Polaroids. I did that in my old bullet journal, and it was so cute. I got the idea from Amanda Rach Lee. And then the second flip through is just of my month of January. I wouldn't really know what to call this theme. It's just what I interpret when I think of New Year's. The champagne, the confetti, the gold and the silver, the typical things of New Year's. My favorite spread is the week of the 18th through the 24th. I tried to make it look like confetti poppers exploded all over my page, and I think I did a pretty good job. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble for 8 minutes long, and I will also try to do a February plan with me. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!